Welcome to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a brilliant true crime podcast hosted by two zany sisters, all while baking up delicious treats in their kitchen. Here are your podcast hosts, Karen Devaney and Ann Varner.
Yo ho.
Oh, gosh. Don't tell everybody.
I think they already know. We're back.
Guys,
We made
if
it.
y'all don't recognize our voices, I'm Karen Devaney.
And I'm Ann Varner.
And this is Sugar Coated Murder Podcast at random.
At random. It's September.
You know what September is?
Better than August.
It is. And it's also Serial Killer September. Yes. So that's what we're doing, guys. We're doing Serial Killer September. So this month, you'll be hearing all about some serial killers, and all of our recipes
Are cereal based.
they're all cereal based.
Oh my God. How smart are we?
Ha 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 ha. We're so
You're
funny.
so funny.
We're so witty
Witty and wise.
and witchy. So anyway,
All right, so I did
Welcome
the
back.
baking. Thank you. Oh my gosh, we both got the COVID.
we
and
got
it
the
was so
COVID.
bad.
We've had a tsunami of. It's been a shitstorm. Like
since
there's just no,
January.
yeah. It's
Literally
just
started January 1st.
I feel like we're just one of those big, blubbery people who get knocked over by the wave, and they just tumble and they cannot get up.
Wow,
And as soon as they
that's not at
start
all
to get
what-
on their knees, then the tide comes in, or the wave comes in and knocks them down again, and then they just tumble and roll and roll, and they just
but guess
can't,
what?
they can't right
We
themselves.
keep getting up.
Oh, we always attempt.
No, do not knock us down. We
No,
will continue to rise.
We will continue to rise. We might be covered in sand and
and we're going to look like shit, but we're going to get up.
it ain't gonna be graceful. That's
no,
for sure.
no.
But we're gonna get up, and that's what we've done now. We finally, I think we've climbed out of the COVID hole. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh,
Because
it has lasted
I've had the
forever.
post-nasal drip again today.
Post-nasal drip, achy.
Yeah.
My COVID started in my heel, in my
Yeah.
right heel, and it continues to rest there.
Yeah.
I think it must be some kind of inflammation or
It
something
is. It
that's
is.
still holding on, but it is driving me nuts.
I understand. I have a COVID toe.
COVID toe,
I
yeah.
have a COVID toe, and I keep getting these waves of, like, I think I'm getting a cold or I'm getting sick again, and it'll last a couple of days and then it goes away.
Right.
And I just feel like it's either COVID or it's the aftermath of COVID.
I think, yeah,
You
that's
know.
very true. Because I even still get the waves of absolute exhaustion.
Me too. And nausea. I get the
Still the
nausea and the
nausea.
exhaustion. So
Crazy.
this has been a wild COVID
We
ride
got
this time.
the wild and willy, the wild and willy COVID.
We got the Willy COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an actual official name, but
Well,
it
it
should
is
be.
now.
It should be. So let us know if y'all get the Willy COVID.
Yeah. We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. So what did you bake today that is cereal based? I'm dying to know.
Well, I went really easy because I hadn't been feeling great. And
Well, you know what? That's part of the cereal based crap.
it's very true.
We're not making our own cereal.
No. Ooh, that would have been interesting. No, we can't do that.
I'm not doing that.
No. I made brown butter Rice Krispie treats.
That's delightful.
Now, I've never been that good at Rice Krispie treats. I have to be honest with you. I don't have a
Okay.
lot of patience with them.
They get all sticky.
They're to all my nerves, but I
Yeah.
think I did an extraordinary job this time.
Extraordinary.
It's such a simple recipe. I found it on Handle the Heat
Ooh.
with Tessa Arias.
You stop it.
I'm telling you right now, we're handling the heat.
I seriously think we
We are
are.
handling it. And this recipe calls for a lot more than I was willing to invest.
Uh-oh.
Well, because I knew
You have abbreviated?
I abbreviated this recipe.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, girl, because
I
they
mean-
still taste good.
Yeah, and then we're not left with like hundreds of Rice Krispie treats.
Nobody needs hundreds.
No, and it makes a lot.
It makes a lot, and we don't need it.
The original recipe calls for 2 sticks of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Ah, that's what I did wrong.
Uh-oh.
2 10-ounce bags of mini marshmallows,
Mhm.
a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and 9 cups of Rice Krispie cereal.
9 cups.
Oh, now it says crispy rice, but we know.
We know what that means.
So I actually did 1 stick of salted butter because I don't get unsalted and then add the salt. That didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, we sell the salted butter now.
I'll take it.
It's not a problem.
So I did my 1 salt, and then you know what? I did not cut my vanilla.
I think
in
that's
half.
okay because it's killer vanilla.
It is killer vanilla.
And I just think you cannot put too much.
And I'll be honest with you, I believe I accidentally poured from a bottle that wasn't all the way vanilla because it had a very bourbony
Oh, I love
smell
it.
as I was mixing it in. Come to think of it.
Maybe we need to drink that.
I did 1 bag of 10-ounce mini marshmallows instead of 2, and I did 4.5 cups of Rice Krispies.
Yes, crispy rice.
Yeah, this is a really easy recipe. First thing you're going to do is do that brown butter, and I know I've talked about it before. It's really very easy. You just have to keep an eye on it.
Got to pay attention.
I put a stick of butter in a heavy saucepan, and I let it start to kind of melt. When it gets out of the form of a stick, I start stirring. Stir. And I continue to stir. You let that stuff boil. It's going to foam. It's going to get clear. It's going to foam again.
It's just going to act crazy. It's
And
like
it's
Willy COVID.
Yes. It's interesting because different brands do different things to me.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I guess it depends on how much cream they have, how much water they have.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, once it does that second foamy thing, it starts to get a little clear, and you'll see it starts turning amber and separates a little at the bottom. And that's when you know it's done. It also, the aroma is nutty.
Okay.
If you let it go 1 minute past that,
You're done.
it's burned.
You're done.
You got to start over. So just continuously stir and keep an eye on it.
Okay.
And it does take like 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's not a fast
It's
thing.
not. No. And if you try to rush it, you're going to burn your butter.
Don't be
And I told
rushing
you not
your
to,
butter.
so don't be blaming that on me.
Mm-mm.
I got tricked because I didn't read ahead the recipe.
I hate it when they trick
Yeah,
you.
and I did the heavy saucepan, and what I should have done was like a big saucepan like that you make pasta.
Because you add to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I just poured it into a bigger pan.
Yeah.
Then you add your.
We ad lib.
We do. And then you add your vanilla, and then you add your marshmallows.
Has to be killer vanilla or it doesn't work.
Oh God, yeah, that's very true.
Email us and let us know you want some.
Yeah, we got that.
We got it in spades.
Okay. Okay, so then I put and then now turn your heat to low. Low. Gotta go low. Otherwise you're gonna burn your butter.
Don't burn your butter.
Don't
Don't be a butter burner.
Throw that little bag of mini marshmallows in. We'll take them out of the bag, but put them into the pan.
Put the bag.
I guess at this point it's a pot.
Oh,
Stick it in your pot.
Stick that in your pot.
And then stir on low until the marshmallows melt all the way.
Yeah.
Once they're melted all the way, take it off the heat.
Don't
just turn the heat off. Take it off the heat.
You've got to remove it from the eye.
Take it away from the eye.
Yeah.
Away from the eye.
Away.
Away. Then you're going to add your cereal. And then you stir.
You got to add your sorrel.
Put your sorrel in there, girl. Stick it in there and stir.
You stir your sorrel right in there.
Stick it in your pot and stir.
You stir your sorrel.
Then I used, for something like this that I'm not going to bake, I greased my pan with butter.
Of course.
Because it just makes more sense. Then it doesn't get sticky, and you don't want to
eat Pam.
No.
I mean, no offense to Pam. Or any Pams out there. We love Pams.
No, but we just
don't want to eat the Pam spray.
No. It's no.
I just don't think that's what it's for.
No.
Like,
I don't think so either.
Put some toast in the toaster and spray it with Pam.
No. Or open your mouth and go, no. Nobody does that.
Gross.
Nobody does that.
No, there's a reason.
Exactly. But I used an 8x8 pan, or it might have been a 9x9. Either way,
usually it's 8x8.
Square. And you pour your mixture into that pan.
You take a square pan, you stir your sorrel, then you put your stirred sorrel in your square pan.
True that. You're going to stick that sorrel right into that square pan that's been buttered. And you're gonna take your spatula or your spoon or whatever it is that
and
you're
lick
using.
it.
No, and you're gonna gently, and I'm telling you right now, gently press this stuff in the sorrel mixture into your pan.
Gently.
Okay, gently. If you start honking down on it, you're going to get real thin, dense.
Compressed. You don't want to compress
You don't
it.
want to compress.
You just want to
Rice
shape
Krispie.
it. You want to shape it to the pan.
Yes, and it will form to the pan.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no need to just press.
No.
That's silly.
Well, that's aggressive.
It's very aggressive. And I know this is about serial killers, but we don't want to be serial killers to our Rice
Don't
Krispies.
kill your cereal by being aggressive.
No,
That's
all
not
your
okay.
snap, crackle, and pop will disappear. Then you let them sit right there in that pan for an hour. You don't have to bake them. You don't have to chill them. Nothing.
Nothing?
And they're done. Presto.
Friggin' love that.
I used a little tiny biscuit cutter of mine just to be different.
It's very cute.
So they're little petite, round butter
They're
Rice
like
Krispie
little
treats.
Rice Krispie pinafores.
Pinafores, that's right. I'm in the process of planning a baby shower for a work colleague.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of things that I can.
That's cute.
Like little tiny things.
That was cute. That was a tiny thing.
And it wasn't that hard.
No, you could put a toothpick in that.
Oh.
And eat it.
And I had
like
those.
a hortivore.
A hortivore. Oh my Lord.
What are y'all having for hortivores? Sorrel.
Oh my God. We just started to
We're having sorrel purtifers.
Yeah. So that's my recipe.
Oh my God.
Oh Lordy.
Oh my heavens.
Let me just repeat. handletheheat.com. That's where you're going to find the recipe.
Yeah, go ahead and find that right there. It might have some better directions than what we'd
be delighted to share if you need be.
Yeah.
All right. So there's my murder treat. What you got going on?
I mean, what an eye opener.
Right.
What an eye opener with these serial killers.
Oh, I thought you meant the serial herbivores.
That
or the portifers.
It's a serial portifer.
You meant this actual killer.
Like these actual serial killers are mind-boggling.
Oh.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
I don't even want to know them.
Well, I'm going to tell you about one.
Well, you can tell me
it's just going to knock your one sock off.
Oh.
Listen, compression
I got
sock.
a compression from a heel. It's double. That's a double compression.
You got a double compressor?
Yes.
Damn, girl, you serious.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so let me tell you about this. I'm gonna take you back to 1986 to 1989.
Okay,
Go back there.
all right.
Okay?
I was coming out of high school.
Yeah, I graduated in 83. So you graduated in 87?
Yes.
Okay. So between the years of 86 and 89, a serial killer claimed the lives of at least 8 young adults.
8?
All along the scenic Colonial Parkway that spans from Richmond to Williamsburg, Virginia.
Oh my Lord. And you know, we were up and down that road all
It's a 23
the
mile stretch that links Jamestown, Williamsburg, and Yorktown.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it's going to make your skin crawl.
I remember hearing about it, but I don't remember.
I don't remember ever hearing about this. No.
Oh, I remember a little bit. If it's the one I'm thinking about.
I think it's the only one. So, October 12th, 1996, Kathleen Marion Thomas, a 27-year-old woman, and Rebecca Ann Dowski, a 21-year-old woman, were found strangled with their throats cut at a Colonial Parkway overlook.
Oh no.
Yeah. This overlook happened to be a popular spot at the time for local LG.
Oh, now you've got to get it right.
I'm going to do it. LGBTQ community.
Okay.
Okay. So for the local LGBT community.
Q.
Did I forget the Q?
Yes.
LGBTQ. Oh, I wrote G twice. That's my confusion. LGBTG. No.
Oh, got it.
All right. So Kathy had recently been made to leave the Naval Academy.
Oh no.
where 9 officers had investigated her regarding her sexual behavior.
Oh, no.
Because at that time, gays were not allowed in the military.
Right. That's exactly right.
So although she was about to graduate in the second class to ever have let women in, she was forced to cut her military career short.
Oh, no.
But being the resilient human that she was, she became a successful stockbroker.
Oh, a stockbroker?
So F.U. Naval Academy for making her
Wow.
leave. Kathy and Rebecca had been dating for several months, and they had gone out for food, and this was Thursday nights were their nights. So Kathy would go and pick up Rebecca. They would go out to dinner, or they would go get takeout, and then they would go sit at this overlook.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very scenic, and they would eat their dinner and be together.
Right. Trout's back too, y'all.
Yeah, I can hear him. He's a little bit on my nerves. Okay, so they had gone out for food and had stopped at the Overlook on October 9th, but had not been seen or heard from after that day.
Oh, no.
3 days later, Kathy's car was found down an embankment off the Colonial.
Gonna have to pause. Oh,
What are we going to do with him?
I'm gonna get him a lick bowl. Well, I think.
Work sucks. Am I right, Jay?
Yeah, Kay, it does. But luckily, the F My Work Life podcast is here to help you through.
In this comedy podcast, we share memorable workplace stories through guests and listener submissions in the hopes of brightening your day, or at least leave you thinking, maybe you don't have it so bad after all.
Listen to F My Work Life on your favorite podcast platform and follow us on all the socials at FMWL Pod.
The pair had gone out for food and had stopped at the scenic Overlook on the 9th of October, but had not been seen or heard from after that. 3 days later, Kathy's car was found down an embankment off the Colonial Parkway near the York River Bridge.
Oh, no.
They had been strangled and their throats had been cut.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Kathy was almost decapitated from the ligature.
What?
Yeah. And their bodies had been doused in fuel.
That was a ligature?
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Yeah. Rebecca Ann was still a college student at the time at William and Mary in Williamsburg. She worked 2 jobs. One job was caring for toddlers at a local daycare center, and the other was at the college's English department as a clerk. No. I said she's a friendly dresser.
Oh, a friendly dresser. Wow.
I meant trendy dresser.
Trendy.
She was a trendy dresser and loved sporting outfits from the Gap. She was majoring in business management. I just wanted to say some stuff about her because I did talk a lot about Kathy in the beginning. Okay. And I just wanted to get Rebecca in there, who she was before she became a victim.
Trendy.
She was a trendy Gap girl.
Trendy Gap girl that loved children.
Children and business management.
And a hard worker.
She was a hard worker. So then, September 20th, 1987. So it's been almost a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
David Nobling's pickup truck was found abandoned by the James River Bridge. The door was open, the keys were in the ignition, and the windshield wipers were on. His family was immediately alarmed because that truck was his prized possession. He would have never left it like that.
Oh, no. I definitely have not heard of this one.
Right. I think
no.
so. That afternoon, David had ushered his little brother, a cousin, and 14-year-old Robin Edwards to a movie and an arcade.
Oh.
And then afterwards, he dropped everyone off, but later met back up with Robin. Nobody knows why they met back up.
14-year-old Robin?
14-year-old Robin and 20-year-old David.
Okay.
But don't draw any conclusions.
I'm not drawing any conclusions.
Yeah. 3 days afterwards, his truck was found. And 3 days after his truck was found, stop adding letters that don't exist. I mean, they exist, but not on the page. Okay. The bodies of David and Robin washed up on a beachy area of the Ragged Island Wildlife Refuge.
Oh, no.
They had both been shot in the head execution style.
What?
Mm-hmm. David had been shot twice, once in the shoulder and once in the head. Robin had been shot once in the head.
And David, this is a serial killer?
Mm-hmm. David was from the Hampton area, where he worked with his dad at the family landscaping business. He and his longtime girlfriend were expecting a baby at the time.
Oh,
I know. Robin had been struggling with her mental health and had been prone to running away. She had recently made great strides in therapy, and no one felt she was running away at that time.
Right.
I mean, obviously she was friends with David's brother and cousin, so they kind of all knew each other.
Well, yeah.
And he was older, and she felt they were thinking maybe she was turning to him for some advice.
He could have been a mentor.
In a like a big brother kind of a way.
Sure, yeah.
So now on April 9th, 1988, two students from Christopher Newport College, which is now a university, went on a date. Cassandra Haley was a freshman, a 19-year-old from Grafton, Virginia, and Richard Keith Hall was a 20-year-old junior from Yorktown, Virginia. This was their first date. He picked her up from his family's home in Grafton, and they went to a movie and then
from her family home?
From her family's home. Did I say his?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be
That
damned.
would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I would have had some questions.
Those are things you can question.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
So he picked her up from her family home in Grafton. They went to a movie and then to a college party. They were seen by a lot of people at the college party. And then they left around 1:30 a.m. to make Cassie's curfew. They were never seen again.
Oh.
The next day, Keith's car was found. It was a red Toyota Celica. Was found at the York River Bridge.
No.
At the overlook near the bridge where Kathy's car had been found 2 years before.
Oh, no.
It was about a mile away exactly from where Kathy's car had been found. Almost all of their all of their clothing was folded on the back seat. Keith's wallet, keys, and watch were on the dashboard. Tracking dogs were brought in, and they lost their scent at the water's edge.
Oh, man.
At first, park rangers thought the couple maybe had gone skinny dipping and gotten swept away. But this was April. The water temperatures were in the 40s.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And Cassie was afraid of water. She was afraid of water. So her parents said there ain't no way she was going skinny dipping.
No.
So she was definitely not a swimmer. So they were never found.
What?
Never.
Never?
Nope. Because of the MO, they thought that this was part of these killings along the Colonial Parkway.
So they're starting to piece them together.
They're starting to say, I think we could have a problem.
Gotcha.
They're starting to say, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Mm-hmm. September 5th, 1989. 18-year-old Anna Marie Phelps and her boyfriend's brother, 20-year-old Daniel Lauer, set off from Amelia, Virginia, headed to Virginia Beach. That's where Anna Marie lived with Daniel's brother. And so they were going to Amelia to pick up some of Daniel's belongings because he was going to move in with them in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And Amelia decided to tag along to go see family.
Okay.
On their travels, they vanished.
Oh, no.
That same day that they vanished, Daniel's car was found abandoned at a rest stop along I-64.
Oh, yeah.
But it was the rest stop that would have been going in the opposite direction. So they know they made it to Amelia,
right,
and he got his belongings, and he saw his family and she saw her family.
Right.
So they knew that they left Amelia. They were headed to Virginia Beach. When they found the car, the rest stop was on the opposite side of the highway, going in the opposite direction.
This is the one that I heard about.
Okay. So, they found clumps of grass and dirt stuck to the undercarriage as if it had been driven across a grassy median. Anna Marie's purse was found in the car, so robbery was not a motive. And they were nowhere to be found. And it wasn't until October of 1989. So they went missing September 5th, which was Labor Day weekend, and they were found October 19th. Their bodies were found on a logging trail about a mile away from where the car was located. They were found by hunters, and their bodies were badly decomposed, and the cause of death could not be determined.
Oh.
There were knife marks visible on Anna Marie's hand bones.
Right.
And they had been covered with an electric blanket that had been taken from Daniel's car.
Oh, no.
So, all of these murders remain unsolved today.
Oh.
They've never caught the serial killer.
Why do they think it's a serial killer?
Well, first of all,
why do they think it's the same guy? Because
MO.
Usually the MO, they used the same, like if it was, I'm cutting your throat with a ligature, that's the way I'm killing all my people.
Not necessarily. that's what they do say. And there's some people who say this doesn't fit a serial killer profile.
Right.
But the fact that they were couples or pairs, they would have appeared to be couples. And the way their cars were found, where their cars were found, that was very typical. And so I'll get to some other stuff. I'll get to some theories. So the murders remain unsolved, but there is a task force made up of local, state, and FBI agents that are still looking at this case. And that task force was formed in 2010, but as of 2018, some DNA evidence was undergoing analysis, and that takes a long time.
Right.
So there is a running theory that this could be a cop or I said a cop poser.
Oh, right.
But a person posing as a cop, because most of the driver's windows were either partially or fully rolled down.
Okay.
So they thought, okay, so somebody's coming up on them and acting like they're a police officer. So their guard is down.
Mm-hmm.
So if that was the case, then that would have made sense for the couple that was never found. They and how they got to the water's edge.
Right.
So I understand that some people were shot, but they've linked these together through just the MO of the car and the young couples.
Right.
So they think it could be a person posing as a cop, or there's a I think it's called Camp Perry, Fort Perry.
Uh-huh.
That's a training. There is a training school there for CIA agents, and there were some theories that maybe it was a CIA agent that was training in that area.
Oh, right.
Because all of a sudden they just stopped. But the investigators think that it stopped because the killer either died or is in jail for something else.
Interesting.
Yes. So there have been other couple murders in Virginia along this same stretch that they feel like that they're looking at as possible ties as well.
Right.
There was another gay couple that was found, 2 women, and there was another couple too that they're trying to figure out if they're linked.
Right.
So there is a website called colonialparkwaymurders.com.
Okay.
And you can go on there. You can see, I'm actually going to post the map. They have a really cool map of all the different killings and where they happened along this scenic route. So it blew my mind because, first of all, it's unsolved.
Yeah.
And that it just seems to have stopped. But they think that, like, this latest couple, they were in the 2000s, like in the years 2000, after 2000. So they're saying maybe there's some other.
What?
So all of these happened in the 1980s, late 80s.
Right, in the 2000s.
So the couple that they're looking at to see if there's ties there, they were in after year 2000. So they're like, okay, so maybe we need to also go and look at some other cases, like missing persons cases and stuff like that. But there is a task force. There's a phone number that you can call if you've got information. There's a reward. I want to say it's $100,000 reward.
Oh, wow.
It's a big chunk of money.
That is a big chunk of money.
So anyway, that's the serial killer. And I'm telling you, it blew my mind. And I feel really badly because in the beginning, there was lots of information about these people that were killed. And it's like every set of victims, there was less and less information to gain from them. So it was just really
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I really hope that something comes of the DNA.
Oh gosh. Wouldn't it just be wonderful for that to be solved?
It would be.
And for an arrest to be made.
Yes.
And charged and convicted. Woo! So yeah.
There you go.
It's going to be a heavy September.
Yeah.
Because there's just not a lot. It's not funny. Serial killers are not funny.
Serial killers are not funny.
No, it's just sad. It's just really sad. We've got all these families with no answers. You've got people that were murdered as a couple, which to me, somebody died first and the other person knew it was happening. And that's awful.
Awful.
It's awful.
I did see on a Psychology Today article that a serial killer will alter and refine his MO to accommodate new circumstances.
New circumstances, and also to avoid being caught.
Or to incorporate new skills they've acquired.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
they might, instead of using a rope, they might bring handcuffs.
Yeah. Yeah. And they could change from, strangulation to a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so there's a difference between the MO, the modus operandi.
Yes.
Or the way they commit the crime, and the signature. So a lot of serial killers will leave a signature. So the cars and where they were could be
the signature.
Correct.
I agree. And I think also just the Colonial, to me, that Colonial Parkway is significant to somebody that's doing this. There is a significance. And I don't think it's just about a convenient location. I think it's because people tend to pull over at the overlooks.
And the overlooks. And I don't remember it being an especially well lit.
No, I don't feel like it's well lit at all.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I don't think so either. So I just think,
maybe someday, you never know.
I just would really, really love. Now, I did find out that CrimeCon a couple years ago did a whole panel of this.
Oh, really?
Cold case.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. I thought it was really interesting.
That is interesting. Huh. So, we'll have to see if we can get our hands on some of that info.
Yeah. Yeah. It was presented.
CrimeCon.
It was presented on Oxygen by Oxygen.
Okay.
But the panel was
I know they've done some cold cases on different panels before.
Yeah.
So that is amazing.
Yeah, I know. So I thought that was promising that maybe some other people are looking at it too. I mean, they like to get true crime web sleuths involved because people do a lot of research and they put a lot of pieces together and they have fresh ideas and they have no reason to withhold information.
Correct.
So
amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
Way to start it off.
I know. I kicked it off.
Bam. Here we go.
Here we go, September. So yeah, guys, we're going to CrimeCon.
We are. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I get more excited every day.
Yeah.
So CrimeCon is this, it's a 3-day weekend full, of crime.
No. We
commit crimes for free.
No, that's not what we do.
No.
It's a convention. Yeah. And there are lots of people on panels. There are a lot of podcasts. They have a whole podcast row where you can go watch them, tape episodes of podcasts. We're not famous enough for Podcast Row yet.
One day, maybe. One day, maybe.
We'll throw our name in the hat maybe one year.
Yeah, I agree. But, they've got some really cool people. Nancy Grace will be there. Candace DeLong, who I'm fangirling over.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, there's so many.
Down about that.
Cheryl McCullen. We've seen her before, and she's just freaking amazing, and I can't wait to meet her. We're going to meet Carrie Rawson, who is the daughter of BTK, who is doing enormous great strides right now with law enforcement in some areas of victim advocacy and things like that.
Yeah,
so,
she's amazing.
And and
we're gonna meet them.
All the Murdaugh people are going to be there. Yeah, but Creighton Waters is going to be there, and Dr. Kinsey,
fun. And that will be fun. But the others,
Matt Murphy will be there.
Nice.
My lady from, I can't remember what her name is right now. I'm so sorry because I'm such a fan. But she does this awesome show called City Confidential.
Oh yeah.
And she just got renewed. As a matter of fact, I think tonight is her premiere of her second season. And
really?
Mac and a couple of podcasters were doing a watch party with her on the feed. So people could ask her questions and stuff. She's amazing. I love her. So anyway, we're gonna post our link to buy me a coffee in case any of you want to buy us a bourbon while we're at CrimeCon.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh my God. What a good idea.
Because we need to have a drink with Paul Holes and Nancy Grace.
What a great idea.
Yeah. So we'll post that. We appreciate any quote unquote coffee you want to buy us. So
yeah, because CrimeCon, she ain't cheap.
She ain't cheap, and we ain't rich.
We went on a payment plan to get these.
Yes, we
tickets.
did. We had to be on a payment plan to get the tickets. We worked hard
right
for
after we got tax money back.
Yes,
reinvested.
Yeah, reinvested.
But you know what? We're going to be there. We're going to have our T-shirts on.
Yeah, we're going to advertise our podcast and our book.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's it.
Guys,
we've done it. It's a whole episode.
We're back. We did it. We did it again.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
You never know when we'll pop back up.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. God willing.
Just whatever you do, stay sweet and don't murder.
Because if you kill people, we will talk about you.
Oh, we will. And we're probably not going to get your name right. Because we suck at that.
I do. Really bad.
All right, y'all. Stay sweet. Head on a swivel.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a deliciously entertaining true crime podcast. Like what you heard? You can always explore past episodes by visiting sugarcoatedpod.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook fan page and share with friends. Thanks for listening to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast.